I'm trying something a little different today. Usually on this channel we focus a lot on GSAP and animations and workflows, but today will be more beginner friendly. So I picked a problem I still see on a lot of websites, and that's the hero section. And we will go over 3 common mistakes and how to fix them properly. And I bet there's at least one solution in here you didn't know. So this might also be the start of a small series where we build a website step by step, and in the next part we will animate everything we built today, like here in this preview. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of tutorial, or if I should just always jump right into the GSAP animation. So in this case, we want our section to always fill the full height and width of the browser window. And what I see really often out there is that web designers are just giving the section here a height of 100 VH. And if I do this, it seems like this is exactly what we want. We have our content now here on the left side, because this section is set to flexbox vertically and then align the content to the left. And all the content inside is with a maximum width of 47 rem, and it's also having flexbox vertically and then with some space in between. So it seems like this is exactly what we want. But here comes the big but, because you know your clients, they don't often have this perfectly aligned 3-line title in here. Sometimes they add a little bit more, or even more copy text. And now you see what is happening here. We set our section to a height of 100 VH. And that means it's never going larger or beyond this 100 VH. So even if the browser window here is smaller, even more copy text is being cut off. And that's not what we want. That means if you build full hero sections like this, you always have to work with a minimum height. So not with a fixed height, but with a minimum height of 100 VH. And now you see our section here is suddenly larger than 100 VH, because the content inside is more than the browser window height. And that's fine, because this is a case we have to prepare for. But in a scenario like this, we could still give this content wrapper here a little bit more padding in the top and the bottom to give this content a little bit more breathing room. And that's the first step most web designers are doing wrong. So let's delete some title and also more copy text here. And then we have our hero section, and the minimum height here is 100 VH. So this is fine. Let's talk about the second mistake, and that's about the background media element. And if you now want a media or image in the background, either your content or your media element must be position absolute, because they are on top of each other. So let's think about it, and which element would you now set to position absolute? The image in the background or the content here on the left? So let's add an image element here. Let's choose our first one. Let's give this a class of hero background image. And then I see some web designers, they are putting the content here now from relative to maybe position absolute, and now it's on top of the image. That's exactly what we want. And the image is not filling our complete section height. So let's just give this one also a 100 VH height and set this one fit to cover. So this is now perfect. The problem is, it's the same like before. If we add a little bit more text here, the text is being cut off. Why? Because right now, the content is no longer defining the height of our section. Even we set this one to a minimum height of 100 VH. The height is now defined by the only element inside of our section that has a height. So if I would make this one larger, then we suddenly see a little bit more text of our position absolute element. And so you see, this is also the wrong way of doing it. That means we have to set this one to a height of 100 VH, and then we bring the hero content wrapper back to our position relative. So the content is now defining the height of our section. So if the section needs more space, that's absolutely fine. And then we bring our background here, our background image, to a position of absolute. Then we can fill the whole parent element, and now we see it's relative to our hero scroll section element here. And if I now delete some of those titles, you see the image is getting smaller, because it's now always filling the full width and height of our section. So in this scenario, the image must be position absolute. A quick side note here, if you want to learn Webflow's powerful animation tools in a beginner-friendly way, check out my new Webflow GSAP Interaction Masterclass. It's a compact course that walks you step by step through the new animation system, plus you get a bunch of ready-to-use templates for your client projects. You'll find the link in the description. Now comes the next part. It seems like our image is scrolling within the viewport. In this case, it's just scrolling away. It doesn't look like it's staying in the viewport. And the simplest solution for this is, so let's hide this element here for a moment. Just give this section hero scroll element an image, a background. Then we can just choose this image here, bring it maybe to the center, set it to size cover. And then the magic is here. We can also set this one to be fixed. And if we now preview this, it seems like it's exactly what we want. The image stays in place in the background, and this effect looks already pretty nice. But the first problem with this solution is that the Safari browser on an iPhone cannot handle this kind of effect. So the fixed effect is just not working there, and your image is scrolling away. But the more important problem is that you cannot have different responsive sizes of this background image here, because it's integrated like in CSS. And if we look at this image now, you see that it has a pretty large size. And that would be a problem on mobile because we don't need a 3000 pixel wide image there. And therefore, Webflow is automatically giving our HTML image tag here responsive variants. And you don't have to do anything about it. So it's loading maybe a 500 pixel wide image on mobile. And that's perfect. And therefore, it's way better to use a single image element here for this kind of effect. So now is the question, how can we get the same effect here on a normal image tag element? So let's first delete it here in a section, then bring back our image. Another option would be to use GSAP and animate the image maybe from -50 VH to, let's say, 50 VH. So the image is scrolling within the viewport, but you will also have big problems and also flickering when you use this effect or scroll large images in the viewport on, for example, the mobile Safari browser. Because the browser is always recalculating the position of an image when you move it in the viewport in the background, for example. So it took me a long time to find the solution, which I now show you. And this is to set the image itself not to position absolute, but to position fixed. And position fixed means it's always relative to the body. So it's no longer relative to our hero scroll element. And if we now scroll, you see that it's a problem because it's always scrolling within our viewport. And also if we duplicate this section here, for example, we have another one here below. If I now switch the image here, I have no longer easy access to the other image here, except here going through the navigator and selecting the image, but it's not within my viewport, and that's maybe a problem if a client wants to edit the image. But there is a perfect solution for this, and I don't know why it took me so long to find this. You can go to your section, then scroll down to the custom properties, and then insert the clip path, and then insert 0. And this is basically like an overflow hidden or clip effect. We can now even reset this overflow effect, and it's still working like the overflow hidden. Now the image that is still position fixed is being cut off right when the next section is starting. We could also add a background video element here. So I paste in a div element here, hero video wrapper. Right now we cannot see anything because we have to give this element some sizing options. Well, let's first set this one to position absolute. And now we want this on the right side, and it should always stay right in the center of our section. So let's bring this to the right side. So maybe 5% here from the right. Let's give it a width for now, maybe 50%. And now you can see the video inside. But we want this video to always fill the full height and width of his parent. So we can set the background video here to position absolute in all corners, then give this one a height and a width of 100%. And it's now filling the video wrapper, even if we make this one smaller. But when I have a section scroll effect or a hero section like this, I like to adapt the video not in the width settings, but in the height. That means I delete the width here, give this one an aspect ratio of maybe portrait, and now I can give this a height of 40%, and it's now 40% of the height of our section. And now we want to bring this element here to the center, and because our hero scroll section already has the flexbox vertically, we can just delete the top and bottom values of our position absolute and then just pin it to the right side, and it's now perfectly aligned to the center. Another trick would be to just leave the top and the bottom with 0, and then you can use the margin top and bottom and set this one to auto, and this would be basically the same effect. If this would be a client project, I would certainly do or turn this one into a component. But for the tutorial and for the free clonable, I leave them as single sections so you can easily copy out a certain section here if you just want one of them. Link to the free clonable is in the description, and I will now add a couple more sections here before we start with the animation.